In another rapidly developing story, the people in one of Europe's poorest countries are now wondering how their president built a palace reminiscent of Michael Jackson. In Ukraine, the president is on the run after protests became a revolution over the weekend. In the capital, Kiev, they cleaned up and buried the dead today. The government is nearly broke. Today, the U.S. said it will work with other countries to try to stabilize the economy. Holly Williams has been in the middle of the revolution for us. Holly?
Scott, an arrest warrant has been issued for former President Viktor Yanukovich. He is wanted for mass murder in connection with the shooting of protesters during anti-government demonstrations. Today, Ukraine's parliament was guarded by masked men armed with clubs and hammers. They're the same group of hardcore protesters who clashed violently with riot police last week, before former President Viktor Yanukovych fled Kiev. This security camera footage is thought to show him escaping by helicopter. Do you think things are going to get better now that Yanukovych has left?
This is just the beginning. We don't die. Yanukovych must die. He killed Ukrainian people. He killed Ukrainian boys.
With no police on the streets and these young men ready for revenge, there are fears of a power vacuum in Ukraine. But inside Parliament, opposition leader Arseniy Yatsenyuk insisted they were in control. Are you in charge of the whole country?
We need urgently to form the government. This is the revolution. And revolution always has complications and repercussions.
Despite the arrest warrant for the former president, Ukrainians know this isn't over yet. The barricades are still standing and are now shrines to those killed in the demonstrations. Many people here told us their country urgently needs reforms to make it more democratic, not just a new leader. They want to stop the kind of corruption that they claim allowed Viktor Yanukovych to build this palatial home. The public's now been allowed in to see the luxury summer house and replica wooden ship. We were given a tour in a golf cart past Yanukovych's personal zoo.
He obviously liked ostriches.
And through acres of private forest and manicured lawns. Dmitry Selinko brought his 5-year-old son Alexei to see it. What should happen to this place now?
I think it should become a museum. This is a good lesson for our children, how not to manage a state.
Holly, we see you there in Kiev in front of one of the barricades that were set up by the protesters. You know, one of the things that struck us here was how there hasn't been any looting. There hasn't been any mass violence after the government fell. Why is that?
Well, Scott, we haven't seen any looting at all. And in fact, the protesters have worked really hard to keep Independence Square clean and organised throughout 3 months of demonstrations. It could be connected to their hunger for European standards of law and order. Many of the protesters say they want a better court system, a better legal system, and tighter controls on government.
And they're standing up for that with their own example. Thank you very much, Holly.